Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we're going to learn how to upgrade Cardano-node and cardano-cli whenever it's time to do so. From time to time, as a stake pool operator, or when running any other service that relies on Cardano-node, well, you will be required to upgrade to a newer version, probably the latest one. And when it's time to do that, in particular when it is when you have to upgrade a node that is part of a critical service, like for example a stake pool where you have to upgrade your block producer, well, you want to minimize the downtime, right? So you want to do that very efficiently. And this is what we are going to learn now. I'm going to be upgrading my stake pool, my block producer node. I will be upgrading it to a newer version. I will have two different examples, and the first time we're going to go from 135.6 to version 8 of Cardano-node. And you might notice that there's quite a big jump in the versions. Well, the idea here is that we just changed how we are versioning Cardano-node so that it matches the protocol version. So that the version that you see in the Cardano node, in the first number of the version, 800, for example, the first number, the number 8, is the protocol version that version of the node can understand. Currently, we are on Babbage era, and Babbage era is running protocol version 8. And that means that Cardano node version 8 understands up to Babbage era. So everything from Biden up to Babbage era. Later, when we are getting ready to go to Conway, for example, Conway will be era number 9, or protocol version 9, sorry. And the Cardano node version 900 will be capable of understanding up to Conway era, and that will be required for every stake pool to be on that before we can actually hard fork to Conway, right? So apart from this briefing about why we changed and how we changed the Cardano node version, this is what I'm doing now. I'm going from 135.6 to Cardano version 800. And one interesting thing that this particular jump has is that from 135.6 to Cardano node 800, we have a change in serialization in the ledger. That means that when we upgrade our node, we not only need to upgrade the node, but when we restart the node with the new version will require a complete block replay since Genesis. That is, on mainnet, this process roughly takes somewhere between 3 and 4 hours. In the preview testnet, it should take something around probably 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. But so really, it is more or less the same time for me on preview testnet to basically do what I'm going to do than replaying the chain. But the idea is that I will not need to stop my node for that long period of 30 minutes. And what we're going to do is something different. What we're going to do is we're going to first install Cardano node version 8 in my local machine. I'm going to bring it all the way up to synchronization, starting, of course, from a block replay. So we will re-serialize the entire chain. And then I will bring it to full synchronization. Then I will stop my node. I will put the database, the blockchain database, into a tarball, and I will upload it to my server where I am running my block producer node. And only then, when I am ready, of course, I will also upload my new binaries for Cardano node 800 and also for cardano-cli. And only then, when I am ready, when my database is there, I will stop my node, replace the binaries for the new version, replace the database, and start my node. and that should give me the shortest possible downtime for my stake pool. And of course, before doing that, I will make sure with running the leadership schedule command to make sure that I am not in a busy schedule at the time that I am upgrading Cardano-node. So basically, this is what we are going to do. Sorry for the long introduction. Let's go hands-on. And I'm running Cardano-node here so that I can do a quick query of the leadership schedule and see does not exist. I am not in the correct directory. Let me just get there. Cardano, probably preview, probably CRSE. And now I can run my leadership schedule just to make sure that I am not in a bad window for me to perform this upgrade. It's something that you always want to do when you are upgrading your block producers. With your relays, well, it's also a good idea to make sure. But if you have two relays, you can upgrade one and then upgrade the other one. But anyways, so what I'm gonna do now is just run gdate -UTC, and it is now 5:18 UTC. So I just have roughly a little bit more than an hour, which should be more than enough. But anyways, when I am ready for stopping the node, I will check the schedule again, right? So the schedule, of course, will not change. What will change is whether I have sufficient time to do the switch or I don't. So for now, I think I will, but let's see. What I need to do now is come to my local machine. This is well my Linux machine over there, the one that I've used several times here. I'm gonna download here Cardano-node. From GitHub. I'm gonna get the latest release, which is Cardano-node 8.0. If you get the binaries, you can get it from here, copy link address, and what I'm gonna do is make file, make dir, create directory, and I'm gonna name it 800, and then I'm gonna get into 800, and then wget that. There we go. Let me just extract it. Something like this. There you go. Let me just double check. Cardano CLI -- version. There you go. We have the Cardano CLI version 8.0. Note that for 8.0 we don't have the git ref here. It was because of a small issue that we had, but it will be resolved in the later versions. So don't worry about it right now. And now we are ready to do that, to copy this. Copy Cardano-node and Cardano CLI, but not that one, but this one, to .local bin. There you go. Now, since that directory is in my path, if I do Cardano CLI -- version, I should see exactly that one. Perfect. Now I can come back and let me just go to Cardano preview. I'm wrong. Oops. Where I am. Okay, no, it's CD preview. Cardano is in the other machine, sorry. Okay, clear. There you go. So now here I have a database. I have a script to start my node. Let me just start. node see that it is replaying the entire chain, it will be very costly in terms of the time that I will need to stop my node, my block producer node, in particular for mainnet, when, well, this process may take several hours, 3-4 hours easily. So running this process in the real node is not a very good idea. What you want to do is to do it here, where you can basically, you are not losing anything, you are not wasting time, you are not risking to miss blocks. Everything is just fine. We are just synchronizing a passive node. And when we are ready with this, we are going to shut it down, compress the database, upload it to our block producer, together with the new binaries for Cardano-node version 8, and voila, then we can restart it with the new binaries, and it will start from very close to the tip at least. So it should take a very, very short period of time for us to do that, as opposed to just running the entire blockchain replay from Genesis. So let me just pause it here, and I will come back in a minute when this process completes. So here we are already synchronizing blocks. We have completed the process of replaying the blockchain, and it is now time for us to just check where we are in terms of synchronization. We are good. We are 100% in sync. That means that we can now stop our node, make sure that it is a clean stop. Just a Control-C will do, just a single one. If you do it twice, you will force it to shut down, and that might end up in a dirty or corrupted database. And we want our database to be pristine. Okay, so we have just stopped our node, and we have our database here that contains the immutable part of the chain, the volatile part of the chain, the ledger, and all the necessary files like the clean, the lock, and the protocol magic. So let me just get back. And what I'm going to do here is compress this database with tar. I'm going to compress it into this file, db.tar.gzip, and it will take a few minutes. So there we go. We have compressed our database. We have this db.tar.gzip, and this is the file that we're going to first upload to our block producer node. Of course, it won't be quick. It will take some time, depending on when you are doing it. If you are running this process like in the same data center or in the same local network where you have your block producer node, that will be quicker. In my case, my block producer node is far away from here, so I will need to use the internet to just upload this. But anyways, it will be a time that is I don't have any problem with spending this time. It will take me probably somewhere around 15-20 minutes to upload this file to my block producer node. But I don't care about this time because my block producer node is still up, is still ready for producing blocks if needed. It will be just uploading this database. I will be just uploading this database to the but I will not be interrupting my block producer node during the process. Okay, so now I can just, for security reasons, I can just do this. Let me just do it twice. Let me just first show you what is going to happen here. So I'm going to get the SHA-256 sum of my compressed file. We are going to hash it. And we have this. So yeah, this is the value that we get when we get the hash of it. So now we can send that to a file that is the same file, dbtargz.sha256. And now we have it. So we have these two files, dbtargz and dbtargz.sha. And these two files we need to upload to our block producer node, or to the node that we are looking forward to upgrade. And now this is time for us to do exactly that. So let me just clear this screen and do scp db targz, and let me just upload it to my block producer node, which would be something like this. At it should be 199.19.75.18, and it will be on the source. Yeah, let's upload it there. It will take some time again, but I don't really care much about it. If I wanted, I could first upload the other one. Actually, yes, let me just upload first the SHA-256, and there you go. Alas, db.sha 356, it doesn't exist, of course. There you go. And now ready to upload the database, and it will take somewhere around 15-20 minutes or so perhaps. So I will let it running and see you when it is done. And there we go, we have uploaded our new database. So let me just now move to my block producer node over here and come to src, and well, I have my database and the hash. And now what I want to do is just verify that I do have the correct okay, wait a second, this is bad. I'm gonna correct that in the handbook over there, just wrong name. And there you go. It is okay. That means that the database that we uploaded does match the hash that we have saved in our file here. So we are ready to move forward. And we are missing, well, we need to upload our binaries. And to do that, let me just get back to my 800 directory over here, and I'm gonna scp, and I'm gonna upload cardano-node. I'm gonna upload cardano-cli again to my block producer node, which is CLR 199.19.75.18, and it's gonna be again to the source directory, and from there I will move it later to a better location. So this one should be quick. These executables are really small. There we go. So it's 12:05 over here, and if I check my block producer, my schedule here, let me just get the time again, 6:05 exactly. It should be the current time. And yes, we had it scheduled. We should have just produced a block. Let me just... A minute ago, we produced a block. That is fine. And our next block is 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is totally fine. And now we can basically come to the block producer node and stop Cardano-node service. With sudo systemctl stop Cardano-node service, this is what we are doing now. So I can stop it. It will ask for my sudo password, which I don't know what I'm typing here. So let me just... Should work. There you go. So we have stopped Cardano-node. Always try to give it a minute or two so that it closes the database correctly. In particular, again, if you are on mainnet. On preview, I'm pretty sure with it closes the database very quickly. So now, ls, and what do we want to do now? So we want to replace our current binaries with the new ones. So let me just do... Perhaps I can do something like... Actually, let me just in case, let me just go to user local bin. There you go. Here is where our binaries live. And what I'm going to do is actually just move Cardano CLI, always. This Cardano CLI, it is not really mandatory, but I like to be very precise. So / Cardano CLI, and let's move it to Cardano CLI dot backup, or perhaps even more precise, 135.6, which is the version I have installed. And move cannot, permission denied. Okay, I need to do it with sudo. There you go. And now I'm going to do node, just in case something goes wrong and I need to get back to my previous version. So I have it there. Now I have exactly what I want. I can go to my source directory here, and I'm going to copy or move, what you prefer. Let me just sudo move / Cardano CLI into user local bin, and it looks good. And let me go with node to user local bin, and if I do Cardano CLI -- version, now I have version 8.0, which is exactly what we expected. One thing that we now need to do is come to our home directory here, and we are going to remove this database, and we are going to rename it to DB backup. Oops, ls. And from here we are just going to extract our compressed database into our home directory. And for that we have just this tar-exadvf, and this is the file that we're going to extract, and we're going to put it in the home directory, which is where we have our database. It will take a minute or two to extract all those files, and after that we will be basically ready to start our node again. There you go. We can go to home. There is a database there. We can just 3db. Looks right. Perfect. Let me just clear the screen again and do Ctrl-R and start. Sudo systemctl start Cardano-node service. and this should basically get it started. And now we can follow journal. Remember that we used these commands before. Journal CTL, unit cardano-node, and we're gonna follow so that we can follow it in real time. And the output will be using the cat method. Okay, there's one cool thing, and it's good that it happened here. This will require we rename some of the fields in the configuration file. So we will need to download new configuration file for our block producer node. So let me just stop it here. Let me just stop cardano-node service again, and let me come to our running the node. I'm gonna get new configuration file. I have the link over here, but it's the wrong place. Let me just get into configuration, ls. Let me just remove the config file. Yeah. And let me just wget the new configuration file. You might have noticed that we have a new Conway Genesis file. Actually, I just pre-downloaded it, but I forgot to download the config file. So let me just remove the Conway file, just so that and let me just get it again from the source of truth, which is bookworlddef cardano.org, and I should be good to go with Ctrl start sudo systemctl start cardano-node service unknown operation start. Yes, of course, that doesn't exist, but start do exist. And now I can do again follow, and now my node is working with the proper configuration file. Just so that you are aware, let me just get you to the configuration file, and these are the fields that we renamed in the configuration file. Hopefully these new names are a little bit more clear about what they are about. And as you can see, our node is running, and I can just stop this, and well, the process of upgrading my Cardano node has been completed now. And well, our node is running, and we should be producing a new block in just about an hour or so. So thank you very much for watching, and this is it. Thank you very much.